If you three were up against the three Spider-Men, who would it?
Alright, in my last video I said if you guys got me to 100 subs I will review Madam Web, and fuck me, you guys really must have wanted me to review this shit. Honestly, I was kinda joking, but I mean, hey, here we are. So after watching Madam Web, is the movie bad? Is the movie as bad as everyone says it is? No, I really think it was whatever, honestly. Would I watch this again? Sure, but would I have paid $500 to go watch this at a cinema? Absolutely not. And I think that's why people hate this movie as much. Like, it just came out on Netflix and a lot of people were watching it only because they didn't have to pay the $500 to go to a cinema. It's stinky poo-poo garbage, but honestly I kind of liked it. It had a pretty good premise, but the acting, line delivery, and shitty cinematography at times takes you out of the movie way too many times for you to even have a shred of enjoyment while watching this movie. The movie is honestly fine whenever Dakota Johnson isn't in it, which sucks because she's the main character.
Her little boy wanted to say thank you.
You know what? Mr. Ben Parker here did all the work, so...
Just take it. Take it.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh my god, just fucking take it already. This is a quick editor's note. I can't count how many times I get frustrated or upset at this movie. Just take my word, I complained or cried out from frustration about 1,000 times while watching the movie. Also, the footage has these weird cuts that kept pissing me off.
Of diseases.
What the fuck was that? And at times it has like these weird moments where the footage isn't synced up with the audio and you see like characters' mouths moving or like their mouths not moving, but you still hear their lines of dialogue. Like, there's really nothing to say other than the fact that this movie is just executed very badly. It feels like every single scene was shot on the first try. And also, for a fucking superhero movie, there seems to be zero fucking superheroes in here. Real quick, this is the only time either three of them are in their costumes, and throughout this movie they show a future where these three have powers, but at the very end they still don't get powers. Like, yes, Ezekiel is a superhuman, but he's not even the main character. Also, Spider-Man, Ezekiel, whoever the fuck, does not have web shooters. I guess that wasn't really in their budget. And honestly, everyone can make jokes that this looks like the CW made it, but honestly, this is a little bit higher than the shit that CW would make. Like, it's really not remarkable. There's really nothing that happens that will shock you, but there's enough to keep you hooked, I guess. The movie isn't even a superhero movie. This is just Final Destination with a Spider-Man character and 4 soon-to-be Spider-Women in it. And also, Madam Web, or Cassie, ends up losing her vision and her ability to walk.
You know who this motherfucker look like, low-key? Lord!
I kind of like how all 4 of these characters are so different from one another. Like Sydney's character, Jessie or whatever, she's way more conservative and she's always apologizing for shit. Like, she's really shy and whatnot, but she never grows out of it, and we never see either 3 of these Spider-Women be bit by a spider. The other 2, which names I can't remember, don't really do much either. Like, all 4 of them keep meeting up and then breaking away, then meeting up again, and then this weird scene keeps cutting back and forth because Madam Web keeps slipping from present time to future back to present. It just keeps going on like that for the rest of the movie. But Ezekiel can find them because him and his assistant have access to God's Eye from the Fast and Furious movies. Then once she sees Ezekiel, she tells all 3 of these ladies to get off the train or they're going to die. Like I said, it's pretty much a Final Destination movie, and they keep escaping death over and over again. The tension is there, but you know they're never going to die because Cassie or Madam Web's powers only work in the most convenient times, and they stop working in the least convenient times. I really don't like how Cassie also thought her fucking mom hated her. Like, from what she told us and from the movie told us is completely different. The movie tells us Cassie's mom, whose name I can't remember, went to Peru to find the spiders because her their daughter, who will soon be Madam Web, has been diagnosed with a neurological disorder that has no cure. But the fucking Peruvian spiders can supposedly cure that. And then she finds them, and then Ezekiel starts fighting with her, and Ezekiel kills her. The spider then bites her, and she has this weird ritual, and then she has Cassie. Oh yeah, she was shot by a bullet, got bit by a spider, had a baby, all in the span of a couple of minutes, and appears to be in zero agony. Every single scene is played out completely opposite of how the same scenario would play out in real life. We have two pregnant women who, by the way, Cassie's mom never went into labor or had her water break. She just gets shot and she gets bit, and then she has her baby, and then she dies. Also, I found it hilarious how not a single person is attending to the dying mother. Then the other pregnant woman, who's Ben Parker's wife, I think that's what his name is, she has her water break, and she, you know, very obviously wants to go to the hospital to deliver her baby, but her reaction does not reflect a woman who is about to have a baby.
Okay, seatbelts, everybody.
Seriously? Yeah, let's go.
Never mind.
Yeah, very convincing. Neither one of these characters has a single line of dialogue that would ever be spoken by a real human in real life. They just keep saying the worst lines of dialogue that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Us strays need to stick together.
What the fuck are you talking about? You have a house, a job, and you have enough money to take off work and go to fucking Peru. And then the character arc, or whatever the fuck that has these four come together as a family, I guess, is Cassie taught them how to do CPR in a motel in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's a long story. But Cassie taught them how to perform CPR, and then at the very end, when Spider-Woman loses her vision, they perform CPR on her, and that's how the band unites as a family. Whatever, I guess. And also, if she turns into a zombie. Also, anytime Cassie has to be a mom, she just yells at them all the time, and she even goes out of her way to better express her anger. Like, I just thought this scene was so funny. Again, to get back on track, Cassie's mom died like 30 years ago, and Ezekiel was there too. And he's also here in present time, and he has not aged a day. There's really not that much to talk about. I thought this movie was whatever. It had really bad line delivery on top of an already shitty script. After watching Spider-Verse and whatnot, I thought this movie was going to be amazing, but it fucking blows. Also, if you're wondering why movies like this keep getting made, like the Venom and soon-to-be Kraven movie, the only reason why these Spider-Man character movies keep being made without Spider-Man in them is because Sony made this deal with Marvel that pretty much said, if you want Spider-Man, Tom Holland, to be in the MCU, then you have to release like 2 or 3 other movies every year without Spider-Man in them. Now, I know you weren't wondering that at all, but I figured I might as well just talk about it. Anyway, 2 out of 3. This movie sucks. That's about it. Everyone who was associated with this movie. Yep, that guy needs to be fucking blacklisted as well. Those 3 as well. That guy, actually no, he shouldn't, no. Maybe that guy. That guy should be blacklisted. I mean, I thought she got blacklisted from fucking 50 Shades of Grey.